I didn't introduce myself to y'all. I'm Mansi Shah. I reside in Mumbai. Yeah, I have a small eco venture called Gift Green India. Basically, we want to encourage people to move from conventional gifting to green gifting options for festivals, for weddings, for our patriotic days. Because normally we're under the mindset, that when we think of a gift, we want to give something wrapped in plastic or things we cannot reuse, recycle. So it's time that we think about the nature first. So, and also teach our children as adults. Yes. So in today's session, I'll give you just about what we are going to do. We're going to be learning how you can grow plants from the things you have at home. Okay, from the vegetables you already have, how you can grow plants from those. Then we're going to learn about different methods of growing plants, like from seeds, from cuttings. Yes. And so we're also going to learn, like if you're a beginner or if you're wanting to teach your child, you can teach them, how to check the soil, when to water the plant. All that is important when you're starting to, grow a plant, to look after the plant. We're going to learn about natural insecticides and pesticides, and we're also going to be making uh, bioenzymes. Uh, so let's start. Okay, so we're going to start with the first activity of growing plants from seeds. So here I have a ceramic pot. Okay, if you don't have a ceramic pot, you can use any kind of container. We'll be going through the different kinds of containers you can use. But for basics, beginners, and for your children to start, you know, now what you can see is a drainage hole here. So normally drainage holes are for the excess water to, flow out. But this hole is really quite big here. So we're going to put a stone here and cover it. Okay. So what I have here is coconut shells. I have a broken diya. Okay. Here. So don't break a new diya. Okay. Or, don't break anything in your house. You can use the things that you already have. So I'm going to put this on the base. Okay. Because you don't want all the water to seep out. You just want some of the water to seep out, the excess which we don't need. Okay. So I'm going to fill in the pot with soil. We need to fill the pot with 3/4 layer of soil. We don't want to fill it up till the top. What I've done is I've dried 2 chilies in the sun. If you don't have dry chilies, don't worry. You can put out 2 chilies out in the sun to dry. And once it becomes red, you can cut it open. Okay. So here are the seeds. Sheetal, I can teach you how to grow tomatoes. It's not very tough. Maybe this is not the best season though. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to make holes with the finger. Okay, not very deep because these seeds are tiny. You don't want to dig them very deep. You don't want to bury them. Okay, so I've put 4 seeds. Okay, can you see the seeds? Yes. Hello, Rajashri. Thank you for joining in. Okay, now I'm going to sprinkle a very thin layer of soil. You can see me sprinkling. Do not put a lot of soil. You don't want to bury your seeds. You want them to come out easily. Okay, you want them to sprout easily. So now we normally end up watering seeds like in a way that we'll normally end up displacing the seeds. So what you have to do is just spray some water. Okay. So I hope you all can see. Yeah. Very softly and lightly. Do not, put a lot of pressure on your seeds. They're little babies. They don't want them getting displaced. If you don't have a spray bottle at home, don't worry. What you can do is use a tumbler, okay, and just sprinkle water. Yeah. I hope you all can see how I'm doing it. Yes. Hi, Jia. Hello, Nilima. Thank you for joining in. Okay, so here it is. Now we're going to keep this in a very shady area, not too much sun because we don't want the soil to dry out. So what you can do is you can cover it with plate, okay, and keep on checking once. If the soil is dry, you can again water it because you don't want the moisture to go out of the pot. You want it to retain to help the seeds grow. The same way, I'm going to be showing you all with capsicum. So what we normally do, every time you cut a capsicum, do not throw away the seeds. You can see the seeds of the capsicum. So I've let the capsicum seeds dry. Yeah. So these are dried capsicum seeds. You leave them out in the sun, they'll dry in a day or two. And we use the same method which we did for chili plant to grow capsicum. Thank you, Zoya, for joining in. Okay, now I'm going to show you. Yeah. Right. So this is a basket that I had at home. Okay. Right now we are working and concentrating on the things which we have at home and which we can make the best use of. So I had this basket and I'm gonna put some rye. I've already filled it with soil. Thank you, Neelam. Okay. We're gonna put rye seeds. So in rye seeds, you don't have to worry about digging them too deep. You just put them on the top layer. I'm gonna sprinkle them. Okay. And I'm gonna cover it with a very thin layer of soil. Your seeds are small, please do not. Yes. See, I've covered the layer with soil. Yes. You have to keep the pot, Nishta, you have to keep the pot in shade. Yes. Okay. Sundar, you don't have capsicum at home. Next time when you do, keep the seeds aside or you can borrow from somebody. I'm gonna sprinkle some water on this. This you can keep out in the sun. Okay. Okay. So now I'm gonna be using this container that I have. Thank you, Vaishali. Okay. So I've used this needle to make holes because this did not have any holes for the water outlet. Okay. You can use a screwdriver, you can use a knife, whatever you have at home. Don't worry, you don't have something, you always find a way out. Okay. I'm going to fill the soil like we did earlier, 3/4 of the pot with soil. Okay. Just keep this down so I don't much. So if you have curd containers, you can use those. You know, have any plastic containers like these, you can make use of them. Don't worry, plants grow well in them. We should not stop gardening or planting if you don't have pots and fancy things. That should never stop us from growing a lovely plant at home, should it? Okay, so I think this is good enough. Okay. So I'm going to be putting, methi. Okay. So for methi, what you can do is soak them overnight. Okay. And then sow them. And you can harvest methi within a week. Okay. It's one of the most nutritious stages. You must have heard about microgreens. No, you don't have to do this. I'm just showing it to you all. Okay. So here you can see the seeds. Yeah. So I've soaked them overnight. And again, I'm going to put a very thin layer of soil. Methi, you again keep it out in the sun. But chili, capsicum, you keep it in shade. For anyone who has doubts about that, you again spray it with water. Please do not water it harshly. They're little seeds. Okay. And use the lid to cover it. I already had the lid of this container, so I'm going to be. These are methi seeds. Fenugreek. Yes, Sangeeta. Okay, so I'm going to keep it out in the sun. Okay, now I'm going to tell you all how you can grow plants from basic bulbs. Like if you have ginger, you have garlic, you have turmeric, you can grow it at home. So this is a very old tin container, which I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this for ginger. So when do you know that this is the right time to sow the Kunal, you can use any potting soil, garden soil is also okay, whatever's available around you at this moment. Okay, so here you can see the eyes. I hope you can see. Yes. Okay, so you want to put you want to make sure that the sprouting part is on top. Okay, for ginger, you have to deep in dig. You cannot leave the ginger really on top. The roots have to spread down. So I'm going to empty some soil from this pot. And I'm going to see the pot can be small as of now, but once the plant grows big, you can always repot it. Ginger, you can start harvesting after 6 to 8 months. So please be patient. Do not hurry and do not, lose patience. You have to be patient with your plants. Okay. Yeah. No problem, Kunal. Okay. So now I'm going to be using something which we have at home, most of us, but we usually don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to be showing on how you can grow a plant in milk bag. You can do either, Charlene, whatever suits you best. If the eye is grown enough, you can put the entire thing or you can cut the part. Okay. So I'm going to fold some part of this just so I have enough support. And this does not have drainage holes. I'm going to be making drainage holes here. Two on either sides. Yes. Okay. So you fill the bag. You can use a bigger milk bag also, that's fine. And plants really grow well in any medium, so don't have to worry about it. I'm going to be potting cloves in this, garlic cloves. So I've chosen the nice two big fat ones, like you all can see. Please do not use up all the ginger you have in your home. You don't want to waste your resources. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, this part, the lower bottom part of the ginger, is the one the roots sprout from, and this is the one with the green sprouts from. So this part has to go down. in the soil. For ginger, you have to dig deeper digger hole, almost 2.5 inches to 3 inches. So can you all see the top part? Yes. So once the ginger starts sprouting, you can always repot it in a bigger uh, pot. But now let's do with what I have at home. This works well for me. So the different ways you can use, so here is a coconut shell. Someone had asked me about using coconut shells to grow plants. So this is a coconut shell that I have. There were the three eyes that you have normally. That's the softer part. Yes. So you can use a screwdriver. Please ask the adults to do it in your house. If yes. So this is a screwdriver, and you can see I've made 3 drainage holes here. Yes. So I'm going to be using this planter. This as a planter. Make sure you clean the insides really well. Yeah, because if the part is wet, then there'll be fungal growth, and you don't want that with your soil. Yes. So I have different containers. I have a tin can you can grow your plant in. There is an old school ceramic jar that we have. If it's broken from some parts, don't throw it. Grow a plant in it. No problem. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how you can uh, grow mints, herbs, like basically from cuttings. Okay. So I hope this is visible. So I have a mint stem here with me. So when you bring mint from outside, what you can do is you can remove the lower few leaves. Do not remove all the leaves. Yes, you can use a green coconut shell too as a planter. Okay, so I've removed the bottom leaves. You can see there is small leaves which will grow underneath. Okay. What you have to do is you fill a glass bottle or plastic bottle, anything you have at home. Okay, and you put it inside for rooting. Please change the water every 2 days. You do not want the water to stay in for too long. So can you see the roots are being dipped inside? Yes. So just fill an inch or so of the water. Do not submerge the entire stem inside. Okay, I have basil. So somebody asked me how I can grow basil. If you're bringing basil from outside, you can surely try this. So I had put this for rooting, and can you see the root? I hope the root is visible. Yes, the whitish part. I'll show you on a darker background. Thank you, Karan. So yeah, so once the rooting is done, you sow it in a pot like this. So this too again has been grown from rooting. Can you see this is a basil plant itself? So once the rooting was done, same as this, it was put in a pot. So you have to wait for at least a week for stronger roots to come. Do not straight away put it in a pot with the weaker roots. Okay. If you have spring onion at home, you too can put them for rooting. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna be using the greener part. Please don't waste it, eat it, it's healthy. Okay, so you can remove the top layer if you want, or you can leave it just as it is, and again you have to put it in a jar of water, just I showed you with mint. So these grow really well, and the green shoots will start popping on top. Okay, and then you can start chopping it and eating it. You can try this at home. It's really a fun thing to do with your children. So please try this. Okay. So now we have like a method for someone who said chili died, the chili plant died. So what you can try is next time, just this is a tissue paper method. I'm sure many people are aware, and if not, then don't worry. I'll just help you out with that. So I have a tissue paper here. See, try your best if you can directly sow and grow it, but if it's not happening, don't worry. So you wet the tissue paper. You can wet it after putting the seeds, but whatever method suits you best. Okay. So that is my tissue paper. It's out of experience, trial and errors, and failing. Okay. So I've put few seeds on top. Okay, I'm watering it. I've made the tissue paper damp. It's not wet, it's not dripping of water. It's just damp. Okay, you can use any plastic container that you have at home. Anything. Don't go buy anything new. Okay, here. So I've placed the seeds. I hope you all can see. Yes, and then you just close it. Okay, within a few days you'll see sprouting. What you have to do is do not try to pluck it out from the tissue paper. When this root sprout, you put the entire tissue paper on the layer of soil and sprinkle it with a thin layer. The roots will automatically start going into the soil. So try this method for someone who has tried to sow seeds in a pot and has not succeeded. You can try this with chili and capsicum. uh, Yes, for tomato, whoever was asking me, what you can do is you can cut tomato slice horizontally and you can put the entire slice in a pot, in a soil. Again, remember 3/4 of the layer has to be soil and only the top thin layer has to be um, top thin layer has to be of soil. Do not dig it too deep. The seeds will find it hard to sprout. Yes. Okay, so now basically, if you have to see how the soil is wet and dry, it's a very easy way to check. Okay, so I hope you all can see. Yes. Okay, Sangeeta, it can take up to 15 days also if you look after the seeds well. Thank you, Anushka. Okay, so I'm gonna check how the soil is wet. I'm just gonna put my finger not very deep, and I'm gonna see. So there's soil stuck in my finger, right? Yeah, so this means the soil is wet. You do not need to water it too much. Okay, now how do you know that my plant needs watering? Okay, so I'm going to be using this finger because it's clean. Okay, this is a this is a capsicum plant I've grown. Okay, yes. So I'm again putting my finger to check. Okay, sorry, but here it's not as wet as the other plant was. So this means that my plant needs watering. In summers, I would suggest you'll water your plants normally during the evening after 4 o'clock, because in the mornings you water plants, the sun is going to absorb all the moisture from the soil and make it very dry. Okay, so now, yes, I think I will do the tomato part in the end. Yes, please. I hope that works. Okay, so now I'm going to be teaching you how you can make insecticides at home. Okay, from the products you already have. What you need is vinegar. Okay, you'll need a spray bottle. If you don't have a spray bottle, don't worry. Use any extra bottle you have, Pepsi or whatever at home. This is a hand wash. So you can use a mild shampoo. You can use hand wash. Okay. Yes. So what I have to do is the procedure is very simple. Tulsi plant you can water every day, but please in the evening. When growing, you can grow fruits the same way. Muskmelon can be grown. You can grow muskmelon at this time if you are in Maharashtra. So okay, so getting on with this. This is a spray bottle. It's filled with water. I'm gonna add some soap in this. So this, okay. So not much. I've just added a little. Okay, I'm gonna be adding vinegar, white vinegar. You do not need too much vinegar. I think 1 tablespoon is enough. Yeah. So that's the vinegar. I'm going to be adding vinegar. So usually when we have mealybugs on our plants or you know worms, we can try doing this. It works really well. Thank you. Okay, you really shake it well. Okay, you can make the solution and keep. Yes. And I'm going to show you with an example. So this is a plant we do in a milk bag. Okay. And I have a leaf here which I can show you, which has mealybug. So if people don't understand what I'm trying to tell you, this is. Can you all see the white part here on the back of the leaf, Sangeeta? This solution is for the insecticides or pests on your insects or pests on your leaves. Yes. It doesn't have a very great smell, but it's okay. Vinegar already, like vinegar has a strong enough smell. Okay, so usually this millibug normally occur on the back of your leaves. Like you can see the white spots here. Yeah. So what you have to use, you have to spray it. Okay, spray it in the infected area and wash it off. Okay. See, plants are living beings. They also get diseases, so we can help them look after them if they own plants. Again, can you see the white where I've placed my finger? Yes. Okay. So you spray it and wash it. Okay. Once you're done spraying and washing with this, you can clean the leaves with plain water. Okay. And you can do this once a week. If it's really infected, you can do it twice a week also. One more nice pesticide that I've been using and making, our family has been doing for long now. So it's really been effective. What we need is onion peels. Okay. So I'm sure most of us have onion peels at home. Okay. So here, so do not use the entire onion. It's not necessary. Maybe you can use the first layer and only the onion skin. Okay. There is no fixed proportion for this, but yeah, a handful of peels is good. Yes, Vanita, what didn't you understand? Thank you, Priyal. Okay, so I'm going to fill, not, you can just fill it half, don't need to, yes. Because I want a concentrated solution, so I've filled only like not even half of the bottle, and I'm going to let this soak for 3 to 4 days. Okay, and once it's soaked, once all the infusion is done, I can put it in the spray bottle and spray it on my plants. So it'll keep different kinds of insects away. Vanita, we are not doing a session on fruits right now because not many people have that much place. Yes, but if you wish to grow fruits, you can try muskmelons. You can also try watermelon if you have enough place in your house. Also, custard apple is a good option. Yes. So now we're going to turn to fertilizers. We did two insecticides. One was the onion peels and one was the vinegar and soap. One more thing you can do, if this is only and only available, you can use diluted cow urine. Okay. It's very simple. 1 cap in 10 times. So you can dilute 1 cap of cow urine in a liter of bottle. Yes. So now I'm going to teach you how to make fertilizer from the products you have at home. So normally we eat bananas, but we throw the skin away. So we don't have to do that. Don't throw away your banana peels. They're very, very important. Okay. People who you know. So what I'm going to do is cut the banana peels. Okay. You can also dye the peel and make a powder out of it, but I think this is a more easier method. You can do what suits you best, and if your child is doing it with you, then I think you can use this method to teach them. Okay. So I'm going to put the banana. If you have 3 peels, 4 peels, that's okay. It depends. Ranger, yeah, we'll be working with orange peels towards the end. Okay, so today I've just eaten 1 banana, so I just have peels of 1 banana. But if you have 2, 3, you can fill it up, and again you can fill the bottle the same way we infuse the onion water. You can use this. You can use this solution to water your plants. Okay, banana peels are rich in phosphorus. So yeah, it's gonna be helping your soil to replenish and grow healthy plants. So yeah, this is how the solution will look. Don't worry, in a day or two, the solution will start looking little frothy and you might think something has gone wrong. But don't worry, it's absolutely fine. Nothing has gone wrong with your solution. And you can leave it 3 to 4 days and then spray it on your plants and use the water to water your soil. Okay. And one more thing we have is curd. So, curd, we all eat curd, because it's rich in probiotics, it helps the gut, the same way it helps the soil to, regenerate, it helps the soil bacteria to flourish. Okay. So I have half a cup of curd. Okay. You need a very diluted version. You can also use the curd whey. The water which is on the layer of curd after formation, you can use that also. That is also very rich and nutritious. Okay. So I'm showing it to you in a big mouthed bottle, so it's easier for you to teach your children also. Okay. I'm going to dilute this. It's going to be very thin layer because curd has a lot of probiotics. Okay. So okay. So we'll get there. Yes, Vanita ma'am, we'll be getting there. Okay. So now we are making these things because if you're growing a plant, you also need to know how to look after them if they have pests. You also need to know how you can make the soil more rich. That's why we are doing this. Yes. Okay. So this is my curd solution. You can use it instantly. It's okay. You can keep it for a day or two. That is also okay. With curd, there are no strict restrictions, but yes, it does work well. Okay, so now whoever has the orange peels, I hope you all are ready. So basically, let me talk to you all about why we are making this. It's called bioenzyme. Okay, so it's called bioenzyme. It can be used to water your plants. It can be used to clean your kitchens, toilets. Okay, and the best part about this is it's natural. It does not have any high tech chemicals which you don't know about or you haven't heard about. Yes. So what you'll need is 300 grams of orange peels. Okay, if you don't have orange peels, no problem. You can use lemon peels. You can use mosambi peels. You can also use muskmelon peels. No problem. It's not a hard and fast rule. Whatever works for you. So I'll be using citrus peels for today's workshop. I have orange peels with me. Okay. Please notice, use a plastic bottle. Do not use any glass bottle or any other material because when in the process of making the bioenzyme, it releases gases and it can explode, literally explode your glass bottle. So please use plastic bottles. Okay. So everyone who's following this and doing this activity, please why don't you all ask your moms, dads, or whoever's doing it to take pictures, and thank Pampers India for doing this. I Smile and PG Suraksha India. You can post pictures so others get inspired. Yes, and you can upload these pictures on Instagram also or WhatsApp with Fatima and Sanika. Yeah, why not help others and inspire others by doing these things? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to be filling my jar up. I hope you all are following this. The people who have the products with them. Yes, so fill 300 grams of your orange peels in this container. If you do not have 300 grams at one go, do not worry. You can start storing few peels and keep them in the freezer. And when you have 300 grams, you can bring them all together. So it's okay if you don't have enough peels at one go. That's fine. So this will help us make 1 liter of bioenzyme concentrated. Okay, so I filled. Thank you, Nilima ma'am. So I filled my bottle with 300 peels. I'm going to be using 100 grams of jaggery. Okay. If you don't have jaggery, you can also use brown sugar. That's okay. Whatever you have at home. There's one more method you can do is you can dilute the 100 grams of jaggery in 1 liter of water. You can do that. If not, you can straight away put the jaggery inside. You can also use powdered jaggery. You get that in the market. But if you don't have that, no problem. We're going to make the best of what we have right now, right? Yes. So I've added. Okay. So yeah. I hope all are following this with me. Hello, Chinmay. Okay, so I have 300 grams of jaggery and 300 grams of citrus peels and 100 grams of jaggery. Okay, so people are doing this with me. I hope you all are, following me. If there's any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, now I'm gonna add 1 liter. So usually you'll know that. So you're gonna, what you have to do is you can write this down if you want. Yes. So for the first 2 weeks, you have to release the gases by loosening the lid. Okay. We have a made bottle. Yeah. So this is a new batch. Can you all see the jaggery has melted? Yes. And you can see the peels are slowly getting soft. They'll start to ferment. Okay. Now, final product. So this process is going to take 3 months. So please be patient with this, but it's going to give you lovely results. I can really guarantee you that. Okay. So can you see that the peels are completely, become very mushy? Yeah. And you can see the yellow part. The yellow liquid is your bioenzyme. So what you have to do this, do not keep it in a sunny area. Okay, keep it in a shady area and remember to open the lid and loosen the gases for the first 2 weeks. Yes, this is how you open it. Yeah, I hope you all could hear the gas come out. Yes, and again you pack it, and again tomorrow or something, once it's ready for the first 2 weeks, you can start releasing the gases. So people who are doing bioenzyme activity, I hope you all have got this. Okay. Now there are different ways you can use bioenzymes in. One is you can use it to water plants. The second is you can clean your kitchen floors with it, kitchen tops. Yes, Abhishek, I'm just coming on that. So you can use it on your kitchen tops. You can use it to mop your floors. You can also use it to wash your clothes. You can use it to wash your utensils. There are endless uses of bioenzyme. And the good part is it's not going to harm your fingers, hands. If your child is using it somewhere to clean or water, it's going to be safe for them also. Yes. And it's not harsh on your skin. So there are many uses of bioenzyme. It's on my personal level. It's been almost 2 years that we're making this. So I've made smaller batches. You can also make bigger batches. Yes, Avnish. I'll just I like I said, I'll get on the tomato part in the end. Let me just go through with the session for now. Okay. So now before we get to the last part, okay. So before we get to the last part of the session, the last part is really, something which you can do at home, your children can do, and which we must do in the summers with the birds. Thank you. So before that, I really, want to take a few seconds to thank Coin for having me here, Pampers India for PNG, for making sure that we are all doing something creative with the parents, brothers, sisters at this time. And it is actually fun. If you start gardening, I'm sure you're going to start loving it. You're going to take interest in it, and you might want to teach others and do it together. Yes. And like I said, if you're taking pictures, please do not forget to tag Pampers India. We cannot use rotten vegetables to grow plants because rotten means they already have fungal growth on it, right? So which won't help the seeds to grow. What you can do is, if your rotten vegetables, you can add them in your compost bin if you do composting. What you can do, one more thing, is when you're boiling vegetables, you can use the vegetable stock. If you're not using it for cooking, you can use it to water your plants also. Correct? So, Pampers Pastimes is the hashtag that you have to use. Do not forget if you're doing this with your children. Yes, on iConnect and WhatsApp, Fatima and Sanika will be there to feature yours. Please do not forget to share, your activities for today. And I'm hoping you'll enjoy it. So the last thing that you're going to do is, okay, so I have coconut shell here. Okay. It is okay if you don't have a perfectly half coconut shell. It's absolutely fine. You can have anything, see, like this one. This is not very deep. It's okay. So you can take any coconut shell. Okay. Clean it from inside. Make sure it's very clean. Can you all see? Yes. It's clean. Clean it well with water, soap, and scrape out the excess. You do not want any, uh, fungal growth inside. So, for example, here, this one. Can you all see if it is not cleaned properly, what can happen? Yes, can you all see the white parts? That's fungal growth. So, make sure you remove the peels properly. Yes. Okay. So, this activity, you adults, children, anybody can do. It's basically what we have been doing for sparrows. Yes. Okay. So, here I have a long string. Okay. You can use any kind of string that you have. It doesn't have to be, any waste string, any nylon thing, anything which is at home. Okay. So, mine is this long. Do not worry about the length. Yes. I have old bangles. I'm going to be using my old bangles, which I don't use anymore. So, what I'm going to do is knot the top end. Okay. Make sure that I have the hook enough to hang. Yes. I'm going to take the bangle. Okay. And on 3 sides, I'm going to tie the knot. Why I'm doing this is because coconut shells are not, very well balanced from the bottom. They can be wobbly, and we don't want something wobbly for a bird feeder. Yes, we're making bird feeders, very easy bird feeders, which we all can do, which you all should do for little, sparrows. And why we're doing this for sparrows is because they're going to help us eat the pests on the plants. Yes, they do that. So all those who didn't know, they eat the worms on your plants which infect it. Yes, we have a lot of sparrows coming and eating those for us. The little helpers. Yes. Okay. So here, 1 second, I'll show you all clearly. So can you all see? I've tied 3 knots on the bangle. Okay. So I'm going to make sure it's leveled. I'm going to pull it so it levels itself. Yes. Can you all see? It's leveled itself. Okay. So I'm going to be putting the coconut shell in this. Yes. You can also do normal knotting techniques from the bottom if you want to knot it. That's also okay. But this is more helpful because it doesn't, it doesn't move too much. The bangle gives a proper base. So once you put water in this or seeds, it will automatically straighten up with the weight. So I'm going to, yes, here it is. Okay. Can you all see? Yes. There's one right behind me. If you all observe, we've used the coconut thing with the bangle at the base. Yes, and it really holds the coconut really well because otherwise coconuts move here and there. So you can put water, you can put seeds in this and hang it on your windowsills. For children, what you can do is you can also like paint it. Yes, you can just scrub the outer portion and paint it. So it's fun for them also, and you can have as many as you want on windows. welcome more and more birds and pollinators. Let them come. Yeah. So I hope it's visible how I've made it. Yes. And this will last long. It's not going to get spoiled. It's sturdy. Like we all know how coconut oils are useful. Yes. So I hope you all had a fun session. I hope it was fun for you all. Yes, and so for everyone who's requested for the tomato, what you can do is you take a tomato. I do not have one right now. You can take a tomato and cut it into half. Take a slice of the tomato and put it in a pot. You fill the pot with 3/4 soil, and the top layer you put the tomato. Don't worry, the rest of the tomato, the pulp will start rotting, but the seeds will grow. Okay, let the seeds grow. Once they are 4 to 5 inches tall, you can repot it in a bigger plant because many seeds will grow at once. Okay. Yes. Okay, so please share your feedback about this session, and I hope you all had fun. Okay, don't forget to tag us. Thank you so much. I hope it was useful. Yes, and this is the time we can all do something for our nature and grow plants and relish it. The most important part is we know what we're putting it, so we know what we're going to eat. You exactly know what is going to go in your bellies, so you're moving towards a little healthier lifestyle. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you, Achu. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Zoya, for joining in. And if you all are growing plants, yes, please share pictures. Yes, and you can view this video later also. The same way if you are stuck anywhere or if you've lost. Thank you, Snail, for joining in. Thank you, Shripal sir. Have a good day. Bye bye, everybody. Yes, and stay home, stay safe, and let's all do wonders with the green thumb.